There's a question that's been sitting quietly in the background, but nobody really wants to answer it honestly. Hundreds of former terrorists, people who once picked up arms, destroyed communities, and took lives, are being reintegrated into society. And we're told, it's for peace, but let's ask the uncomfortable question. Is that actually safe? And more importantly, does it make sense? Yellow, welcome to Behind My Mic. If someone commits a crime, especially a violent one, the expectation is simple. You face the law. You serve your time. Justice is carried out. But when it comes to terrorism, suddenly the rules seem flexible. We hear about rehabilitation, reintegration, and second chances. Now, don't get it twisted. Rehabilitation is important. Society should believe in reform. But here's the problem. Why does it feel selective? If reintegration is truly the standard, then it should apply across the board. So why aren't we reintegrating armed robbers the same way? Why aren't kidnappers being fast-tracked back into society? You can't pick and choose when to follow rules, especially when those rules are created by the same system enforcing them. Let's bring law into this, not just emotion. Under the Terrorism Prevention Act 2011, as amended, acts of terrorism are serious criminal offenses, punishable by long-term imprisonment and, in some cases, life sentences. The Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 also guarantees security and welfare as the primary purpose of government. So here's the contradiction. If the law defines terrorism as a grave crime, and the government's primary duty is to protect citizens, then how does releasing and reintegrating former terrorists align with that responsibility? Now, to be fair, because this conversation needs balance, governments don't reintegrate terrorists just for fun. There are strategic reasons: intelligence gathering, weakening extremist groups, reducing long-term conflict, offering pathways out of radicalization. Programs are often built around de-radicalization, psychological evaluation, and monitoring. But here's the issue. How transparent are these processes? How effective are they really? And most importantly, who is held accountable if it fails? Because at the end of the day, this isn't theory. These are people's lives. Communities that have already suffered are now being asked to accept former perpetrators back into their environment. That's not just policy. That's emotional, psychological, and deeply personal. So when we say reintegration, we need to ask, reintegration into what? And at whose expense? This isn't about being harsh or unforgiving. It's about consistency. It's about justice. It's about safety. If reintegration is the way forward, then it needs to be transparent, accountable, and applied with clear standards, not selective logic. Because once a system starts bending its own rules, it doesn't just weaken justice, it weakens trust. And without trust, no system stands. This is Behind My Mic, and I will catch you next time.